Well, it's Tuesday.
It is.
Again. Rolls around.
Yeah, what's this rolling around?
Well, we're still doing circusy kinds of things.
Exactly.
And this is a Fairground organ.
Oh.
A barrel organ, or de barrel, in 1890. It's made in Holland by Authentic Models of Holland. Still made as far as I know.
Okay.
It's an absolutely brilliant kit. It sells for 80 quid. 80 quid. Well, you have to buy it out of Great Britain. I haven't seen it available. It's probably something you could get through Micromart or something, but all the ones I found, and that's what I did with this one, I ordered it out of Great Britain.
It should get here in
so
time.
80 pounds sterling. It's about $150.
Yeah.
Something like
if
that.
If it's a quality kit, yeah, I'd expect that.
It's one of the best kits I've ever seen.
Wow.
As a wood kit. Why I bought this is it's a working kit. It plays music.
Oh, it does?
And not like from a digital and you push the button or something like that. No, it's a working, you use not a barrel, a pin barrel. It actually, you make your own music books and you punch them like you would with a player piano roll. But unlike a roll, it's more like the little folding books like they have in Holland in the D Perlee street organs and that sort of thing. This is really a neat kit.
No kidding.
And so I wanted to build it, and as you can see, never did, but life is short and there are so many kits. It's 1/10 scale and really good art. You can see it's got a little three-wheeled cart. This is typical of the street organs that they've got in Holland. The machines themselves are sort of designed to sit somewhere, and then if they want to take them out into the street, they just load them up onto a little push cart, and it's got a push handle, and you wheel it, and then the operator turns a crank, and it plays music, and the music books goes to there. So when I was living in Paris, when I was going to school in Paris, I loved to go up to Amsterdam. No, I wasn't going up there to buy weed or something. I just liked going to Amsterdam, and one of the things I loved to do was to listen to the street organs.
I imagine.
And I actually went up to one of these guys. Everybody speaks English.
Of course.
I went up to one of these guys and I said, "So I'm just curious, how did you get this thing?" He says, "Oh, it's not mine." "Oh, so what's the deal then?" He says, "Well, they all belong to Mr. Perlee, D Perlee. And he builds them in his house over there."
Oh my goodness.
"Excuse me?" "Oh yeah, he builds them all, and then he leases them to the city, and then the city gives them to people who are down on their luck, and then they can take the organs around in the street, and they shake a rattle, and you're supposed to put money in there, and everybody puts money in there, and that's how these guys make a living." And some of the teams are 3 people with a single organ, and most of the organs are a little bit bigger than this. So anyway, I actually went over to D Perlee's house.
You did?
I did. Well, this guy told me where he lived, and it's a typical Dutch house that it's like 4 stories high and 6 feet wide. But the whole bottom floor was a shop where he built these street organs.
Oh, neat.
And his kids lived there, and his kids were in their 20s or something, you know, maybe even their 30s. And the one kid carved the figures that went on the front of the machine, and another kid did something else, and the whole family was involved in building these street organs. And he gave me the whole tour of everything. Here's how we do the pipes, and this is, and he was just fascinated that I was fascinated by the whole thing.
That's neat.
And so I must have spent probably a couple hours over there, and he played some music on one of the instruments that they were working on and whatnot. Anyway, like an idiot, I asked him, "So what would it cost to buy one of these?" And he said, $1,200.
Oh.
I said, "Seriously?
That's it?
$1,200 for one of these?" He said, "Well, not for one of the big ones, for one of the little ones." So it was about the size of the one that comes in the kit. But it was one of those ones that sits on a single leg, and the monkey sits on the corner. And and he had a whole room full of them, and they just knock them out and sell them to people.
Oh, neat.
Or did.
Then you got to
this
find
was
your own
1970. And then you got to hire a monkey and everything, and work within the Humane Society guidelines and stuff
Right,
like that.
and the
But,
Humane Society and
the monkey shakes the cup in this case, and you collect the money. But those were the ones he sold. He said, these other ones I don't sell. I just lease them to the city, and then the city gives them over to semi-indigent people and retirees and stuff, and then they drag them around town. It's a big tourist thing. It's a win-win situation.
Sure.
It's like, oh, neat. Well, what would it cost to buy one of the big ones?
If you can afford it.
And he went, "You're serious?" I said, "Yeah, I'm serious. What would it cost?" And he said, "Well, let's go for doing it just as," and he said, "I'll do it by figures. So if it's just a single figure unit, one of the smaller machines, $12,000."
Oh,
Well, okay, adjust that for inflation. That's about $120,000 today. It'd be worth.
ouch.
It'd be worth $300,000, I'll bet,
Oh.
to have one of it just depended on the condition. But this was brand new and everything for $12,000. Of course, you could have bought 2 Corvettes for that amount of money, but I didn't buy one. But it was just neat, and what a grand day, and what a wonderful time he showed me that.
That's neat.
That was neat. So anyway, that's sort of the backstory. So I loved it, and when I saw this kit, I thought, man, you make your own music books. I've got to buy one. So I did, and never built it. But let's take a quick look at the neat quality of kit that's here.
Oh my goodness, look at
So
this.
the instructions are really first rate.
Oh my word.
And the parts list. I mean, sometimes you buy a kit and you're not even quite sure how it's going to build up.
Been there.
Been there, done that.
Been
It's
there.
been translated through 17 foreign languages, and you're reading the instructions, and it says not to glue 17 to 12.
Right.
Not to glue.
Or not to stick. They
Not to
only use
stick.
glue.
And there is no 17 and there is no 12. So what
Right.
exactly? Anyway,
What are you not supposed to stick glue or otherwise?
This thing, the instructions
It's,
are super good and
thorough.
super clear. If you, I did buy it from Model Expo. My
Well,
mistake.
there you go.
And then here are some music books, and they're marked out with little black dots.
That is intriguing.
And then it comes with a punch.
Right.
And you take this punch and you line the black dot up in the little crosshairs, and you go, and you just, and then you cut this out with scissors, and it'll play music. It'll play the music. Then once you've got that working, you can move on to doing your own music. So it's got these, and they're marked
They're
out
blanks.
in treble and bass clef.
Yeah.
And then there's a guide here showing you how to translate music into putting the dots. And so then you put the dots on here, and then you go through, and just like you did with your practice ones, you punch out all the holes. You load the whole thing into the music mechanism, which is this little guy here, and you turn the crank, and it plays music.
Well, even the inside the box is quality. I mean,
Everything.
If you assemble that, you want to save the box for something.
Now, the crank that runs the music is just that little crank, but this is the decorative crank.
Yeah.
And so if you were the organ grinder, the person out in the street, then this is what you would actually be turning. That would be turning the other mechanism that would be playing the actual organ pipes. It's got
Look at how quality.
CNC turned wood posts and decorative parts, all handmade. This is all hand stamped and drilled. These are the push rods that push the cart. Here are the 3 wheels for the little 3-wheeled cart.
That is just awesome.
Isn't that just the neatest thing? The hardware.
Yeah, the hardware that goes with it.
that
Wow.
goes with it. Some of the other
everything.
various wood parts and frame parts
Right.
and so on and so forth. And then the decorative plywood. And I thought, Well, this must be laser cut. No.
No, they just
There's no laser
back
involved.
in those days. I didn't think they had a laser.
I don't know just how they cut it, unless it's hand cut or something. But it's not laser. And then this is so neat. These are the photo etch
Oh, that is
brass
really neat.
pieces.
That is awesome.
And so all of the names and decorative plaques and everything that go on there are all photo etch and then pre-painted.
Yeah. What a conversation piece.
And I just thought, wouldn't that be fun to build?
Oh, yeah.
And never did.
Oh.
Never did. There it sits. Dropped about 150 bucks on it. 80 quid. And
But still,
and there it sits.
well, for now.
And as far as I know, still available. A lot of these really fine European wood kits are made by companies that build ship models, and
Right.
this company builds ship models and all
neat.
kinds of stuff.
That's just
But
awesome.
this is just kind of an unusual kit that they've made.
I like it.
An organ, a street organ, complete with the organ grinders
Yeah,
crank.
that is awesome.
Be fun to
Put
build
it together, sure. Yeah,
It'd be a
it'd be a job.
It'd be a build. It'd be a build, and then
Sure.
learning how to punch these out and
Right.
punching them out and
Yeah.
actually.
That'd be something you'd be doing on a Sunday afternoon while you're not watching TV, listening to TV. With the card table assembled, yeah.
Yeah, just leave the TV off and enjoy the build.
Yes.
But there it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you haven't been over to the channel, do pop over to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And the easy way to subscribe, are we ready?
Here we are.
Zoink! The blue button right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet, and we hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we're building some stuff.
There we are.
I'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.